Hello, this is Doug from digitalcurrencytraders.com. It is October the 5th of 2017 at 6:30 in the evening Central Time. I had a question from one of the members asking for more detail and more specifics about the entire trading system that I do, and more about how they can get all the benefits from the course. And I do the videos every week, and I recommend that you take that hour, invest that hour into watching through all those videos after having the perspective of reviewing the course PDF. But I always like to pull up examples when I can, and the market is looking like it's providing some great examples for my trading system right coming up now. So this morning I purchased some STR, and I bought it at 289, 290 this morning at, what time was that? At 12:14, whatever time zone this is in. And that turns out to be at about right here, 12:14. That's 12:30, 12:15, right there is when I purchased mine. And I bought 0.6 Bitcoin worth of STR right at this minute. So it turned out to be really good timing. And I want to talk about why I purchased right there at that moment. Let's go over to this chart right here. What we're looking at is Ripple with, in the red and green, with Stellar or STR in the purple and blue. So I'm going to go back to a 5-year chart so we can see a really long-term view of this. And we can see that overall, these markets really coincide well together over time. They have always coincided well together. And I noticed this back in 2015 when we moved this chart way back, July, June of, where's the date? I don't see where the date is listed here. Down below, there we go, 2015. So we see how stellar prices are up, making a top formation at the same price that they come down. They consolidate roughly together. They move roughly together all the way along. And as you follow this downtrend through 2015, and we're now at the beginning of 2016, right in here, this is pretty much where I started studying cryptocurrencies. And we can see the price moving along pretty much together as we're going along. And then we have the big moves that came in 2017 through the end of March, beginning of April, things started to take off. And so it's fantastic to see how these are different and how one of them moved before the others, before the other. And all the way along, you can see that pretty much Ripple would move and Stellar would follow after that. And so when I zoom in on the 3-month view, and we're zooming in to see what's going on with the charts right now, we can see this bottom formation here in Stellar where we had that extreme low, and then it came up a little bit, it came down hard, but didn't break down to the extreme low here. So there's our 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. Then we can see this consolidation pattern going on, and this is in the 3-month view. So now let's zoom into the 1-month view and the 1-week view. Now we're getting into, and it's hard to see here, but look at the purple, and the purple is making this beautiful triangle formation after or while Ripple is already taking off. So we can see Ripple is already leading and way ahead, and Stellar is making a consolidation pattern. And I happen to be there and check this and see this correlation going on at the same time that inside our Discord chat, Gold One had mentioned something about Ripple. That's what made me go and take a look at the price of Ripple, and I saw that divergence. So Ripple doing something, and he had a couple of mentions about Ripple going off here. I can't remember what it was specifically, but it was comments in our Discord chat that made me go and take a look at that. Another one I want to talk about here before I'm done is Litecoin. And I made this screenshot after looking at the 5-year chart of Litecoin. Let me pull up the actual chart here. And I don't think my drawings are on there anymore. Yes, good. So there's the 5-year chart where I was looking at this pattern thinking, wow, that's looking pretty interesting. And after I just watched some training on Bollinger Bands by John Bollinger, I was paying more attention to how the volume is really high relative to the moving average of the volume. And I was taking a look at that and noticing this massive formation in the weekly chart pattern. It's really big. And you can see the moving average crossed over here, where the short-term moving averages for the 5-year or the weekly chart is well above the long-term moving average. And that's very bullish overall. So then we see this consolidation pattern, and the concern was, well, aren't prices going to go down from here, and shouldn't you wait for a signal to buy in? Then I want to zoom into the 3-month view, and we can see that Litecoin prices are coming down to these historical patterns here. Here's a big zip down on that day of September 15th, where everything did a big crash down. Let's zoom into the 1-week view, and even the 3-day view, we can see a little 1, 2, 3 bottom formation and a little bit of strength. It's not enough to base a trading movement on unless you're putting on a little wee bit of your position, and if you're proven correct, you can start piling on and adding on. This may be the time that things do take off. If I zoom back out to that 1-week view, you can see this is where that big 5-year chart pattern actually is meets. That's where all of these chart patterns actually meet up, is right now. Although it certainly could be going down to these lows here. There's lots of room for it to go down there. I just wanted to pull that up and take a look at that, because it is the kind of moment that I keep looking for and looking for and looking for. And many, many times I'm wrong. Many, many times we're seeing this kind of pattern at the end of a downtrend. We've seen this bottom. It's making a 1, 2, 3. It looks like the moving averages cross over and it goes, but it was a fake out breakout. It wasn't a real change of the trend and the momentum. And so you would have to use rule number 1 and get out of this trade and wait for it to make another 1, 2, 3 bottom, and keep doing that and doing that and doing that until you finally catch it, and then you just sit back and do little or nothing. So that's my general trading plan, and in a market that's whipping sideways like this, my trading plan doesn't work very well. And so now back to the profitable position here in Stellar. Ideally, I would set a stop loss above this so that I would protect my initial investment, but I'm not going to do that in cryptocurrencies, especially ones that are margin traded on Poloniex. Instead, I am going over to the lending market, and I have all of my Stellar all laid out in layered loans in anticipation of a price spike. I still have some Clam, Doge, a little bit of Litecoin in here, MadeSafe coin, and Stellar, a little bit of Ripple here, and all of them laid out in different lending strategies, because I am anticipating people will jump on a whole bunch of short positions as this is going up, and I'll be able to make a whole bunch more interest on my Stellar coins. So thanks again for the questions in the forum and in the chat. I really appreciate all you guys and everything that's going on here. It's really turning into a fantastic group that keeps coming back over and over again. So it's easy to get to know each other and to start to get familiar with the trading patterns. What I'd really like to see is everybody making their own trading journals inside the forum and update that stuff. Write down what you think the markets are going to do. Write down what your trading plan is and update that. Be honest and update that to see how well you trade your plan. Plan your trade and trade your plan. It's very difficult to do. It's why I started the video channel in the first place. It's why I created the website, because I created my own university to be sure I learned this stuff as fast as I could so that I could make my life as easy as possible. So thanks again. Cheers. Talk to you soon.